from many parents.
Shall I do it, sister?
Yeah, sure.
Many parents become overwhelmed by their children's behavior throughout each stage of development. Especially in moments of stress and frustration, they may focus on short term results. How can I get this behavior to stop? Rather than on the long term goals, how can I use this to teach responsibility? Such parents are swept into a constant flurry of life problems because they react instead of problem solve. They miss key opportunities to teach children how to become responsible and capable adults. When parents shift to a long term parenting mindset, daily parental challenges become focused opportunities to teach valuable life skills that align with parenting goals. Always keep your parenting goal in mind. Here is an example that articulates this point. A toddler spills a glass of milk on the counter. The frustrated parent yells at the child while quickly cleaning up the mess. In this instance, the parent is focused on the short term goal of quickly cleaning up the mess and expressing disappointment in the child. A parent with a long term mindset realizes that the spilled milk can be an opportunity to teach about fixing mistakes and taking responsibility. This parent instead would explain to the child where the paper towels are so the child can clean up the mess and ask the child to think of a solution to help prevent the problem in the future, putting a lid on the cup. In this scenario, the parent didn't get caught up in the small problem of spilled milk, but instead focused on the bigger picture of learning from a mistake, thereby helping the child feel capable by participating in problem solving. Here
Thank
is
you,
another
sister.
example. Okay.
Yeah, we'll stop here. We might, anyone wants to share anything from this? What do you get from it? Like parenting goal, like they have given you some of the perspective parenting goal, like Sister Sadia was, uh, discussing about different sort of parenting goals. So short term versus long term. Anyone?
Yeah, I used to get triggered by this, and man, now I am doing exactly like this.
Mm,
And he got trained now. And the day before yesterday, he spilled a whole bottle of water, and
mm,
I didn't panic. I was
mashallah.
keeping an eye on him, but
Mm,
I didn't even, I had to pretend a lot. I felt tension in my arms, and
yeah.
because my personal things are out there on the table and papers,
Mm,
but he did very well. He picked up tissue papers, and he cleaned all everything, and he
mm,
put books aside, and I was just looking and observing, and he was like he had a smile of proud.
yes.
Of pride. He was being proud that I did all this on my own,
Mm,
and Mama didn't
everybody.
come to help me. So it
Yeah.
really worked.
Yeah, it is actually really amazing. It teaches them responsibility. And when they feel like they're capable of doing anything, they feel like, yes, I am something. It is very important in building self-esteem of a child as well. When child knows I can do something and doing a mistake and being capable of correcting this mistake is a huge part of self-esteem. And we see, unfortunately, many children like in preteens and stuff like this. Today's world, there are many children suffering with the self-esteem issues. And it all starts from their childhood when we were yelling at their mistakes, when they were feeling they're not capable, when a little point makes a huge problem. Over here, I would also want to say one thing. Like some of us might have children, of older age group, and they might think, "Oh no, I have been doing this all my life, and my child is ruined now," or stuff like this. I would just say, like, no, don't think like this. Give yourself again a grace. You didn't know the better at that time. You know the better now. You are here from Allah's will. Allah wants you to learn, and if He wants you to learn, then inshallah the things will get better. It might not be as simpler as the child when the child is, very young. It could be much more difficult if a child is into teens or preteens. But once you realize you have taken the first step, then things will inshallah get better. So just to say this, because sometimes as my own child is 10 and you might have like older children, you might feel, oh no, maybe I have ruined the thing, but no, inshallah, things will be fine. So here is coming example of a teenager now. Who wants to read next?
Okay, I can do it.
Mm-hmm.
Here is another example for older children. A teenager tells his mother he just got a parking ticket at school for parking in the wrong space. The frustrated mother yells at her son and scolds him for being irresponsible. She then takes the keys away for the weekend and pays for the ticket. What is the son learning? Mom will take care of problems when they occur. She will yell and scream a bit, but then she will fix it. On the other hand, a mother with a long-term mindset realizes that the parking ticket is an opportunity to teach. She invites the son to reflect on how he would take care of the current ticket and what solutions he has to avoid another ticket. She would not pay for the ticket herself. What is the son learning? When problem arise, I need to find a. You can scroll up.
Sorry. Yeah, because I was reading from my book. Okay, sorry. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I need where did it go?
She invites
Yeah,
the
I
son to
need to
reflect.
find a solution. I am responsible for my actions. The mother in this scenario remained loving while allowing her son to face life, be responsible, and learn from his own mistake. This is our invitation to you. Parent your children today with an eye toward how you would like to see them as adults. Take a moment and write down what characteristics you would like your children to exhibit as adults. Keep these in mind as you interact with your children on a daily basis.
Thank you,
I
Jivali.
would
So
like to
now
see.
we
Yeah.
have almost 15 blank spaces here. Take a look at the parenting goal you wrote earlier. Does it fit with your long-term goals? If not, how would you change it? Okay, so we'll stop here, and this will be like a again homework sort of thing. Think. So the one statement, if I can give over here, is we are moving towards conscious parenting, more like what I can say, unintentional sort of parenting, which our parents have been doing, and their parents have been doing, just feeding, providing money, providing for schools, and providing clothes and shelter, and maybe now taking them outside for the vacations and everything. Okay, this is one thing, but conscious parenting, and in Islam, we can say it like living with taqwa, being mindful of what is happening. Why is it happening? What are the characteristics you want to see in your children as they are growing up? Anyone wants to reflect over here? Those sisters who haven't talked yet, Sister Humaira, Husna, Tuba, Farhana, Fatima,
Sorry, sister,
anyone?
I missed the question. What's the question? Sorry, my daughter came and I would just
No,
missed
no,
the
that's
question.
fine. That's fine. Basically, it was like, I just was inviting you to reflect on these things. You know, this point, basically, this is our invitation to you. Parent your children today with an eye towards how you would like to see them as adults. So I was just like sort of inviting you all to the reflection over here. Any points you want to say or anything?
I think for me, the goal I wrote for my kids, which I summarized my goals and made one goal that I believe if I get successful in making that goal possible, was
Inshallah.
to connect my children to Allah Subhanahu wa Taala
Mm-hmm.
and then make them realize what's the real purpose of their life and live up to it.
Mm-hmm.
So I think for that purpose, if I break it down into everyday basis, I
Mm-hmm.
think this is what uh, we as adults should have in ourselves as well. That
Yes.
link everything back to Allah Subhanahu wa Taala and then see if we are successful or no.
Mm.
I think that's what I would like to see in my children as well as adults.
Inshallah, inshallah. And again, like such a father said, this all requires very much of cautious parenting, We need to move ourselves from like maybe remind ourselves again and again. Again, because I'm a human as well. And as I said in the first session, like I'm also learning with all of you. So once I sat with my children and we said this, like we will be reminding ourselves of every time now and then going here and there, Allah is watching, Allah is watching. So we did this for a couple of days and it was so much like, fun. And also it was a reminder, to be honest, you are just doing something. Like, for example, I'm just doing a session. But if I think, oh, Allah is watching me doing this session, then I'm like, oh no, you know, really conscious. So it's like perhaps we can, like a sisters in the group, we can also do this as a reminder for each other. Like someday I will write, Allah is watching us doing the parenting. So how are you going to do it today? Maybe it will come a reminder for me when I will see this message in the group. So how about if we remind each other until the next session? Like Allah is watching us doing the therapy.
That's actually a very good idea, Esther.
Yeah, inshallah.
That's very
So
good.
now we are actually starting our chapter one. As I said, like I'm not in rush of finishing the book. I'm more like taking the gems from it and applying it in practical ways. So let's move forward. We still
Assalamu
have
alaikum, sister.
time.
Shall I say something on that?
Yes, please.
Yeah, you were actually asking an adult child who making a mistake, how we can actually approach him. Is
Hmm.
that right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I think you know if you're approaching adult son, wanted to correct him, the intention is to correct him, so that we need to actually see how close we are with the adult son. And
Hmm.
if you're actually telling something, he should be able to actually, appreciate what that point of view in this matter. So
Hmm.
some children, they actually do something, maybe not that particular occasion, they want to say some sort of thing that they are not with us. Probably in the past would have been a similar thing happens. So they want to actually use this opportunity to kind of get these things to our attention. Look, this is not how
Hmm.
you do. So in those
Hmm.
circumstances, what we have to do is say that okay, we understand, then rather than subject matter, objectively thinking about why actually he has done that, usually how he actually acts. So this a particular occasion, has he done something different to what he normally does? Because
Hmm.
most children in Islamic environment, they respect parents,
Yeah.
give respect and get respect. In that sense, children will think, look, my dad always finding fault on me, even no matter what how good I do. So
Mm-hmm.
in those circumstances, what we can do is come closer to him, put in our feet in his shoe, and see how we can actually work together to
Mm-hmm.
correct him, so
Mm-hmm.
that he actually understand eventually is respecting parents. After Allah, parents
Mm-hmm.
need to be respect, but you have to actually make the environment for him to be able to, or them to be able to do that. So I would
Mm-hmm.
say that yes, you have to actually find out objectively rather than subjectively and correct them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Thank you, brother. Brother Muhammad, would you mind sharing some of your background as well? Where
You
are you
really
from?
want me to say?
Some of your background, if you can share with us.
I'm
Where
a,
are you?
I'm a lawyer.
You're a lawyer. Where you are from?
I'm from Sri Lanka. I have done what do you
Okay.
call? I have got some legal background of the care proceeding cases, etc.
Mm-hmm.
Working with
Mm-hmm.
children and family,
Okay.
and I have got a passion about Islamically how we can actually bring the children. The reason
Mm-hmm.
why I just joined here to actually learn how you all actually learning, etc. You know what in our
Mm-hmm.
profession is very very pressurized environment all the time, so don't have the opportunity to actually sit and talk calmly and understand
Mm-hmm.
things. So
Mm-hmm.
that's
So how old are your children?
my children. The first one is in uni in second year, is 20 plus.
MashaAllah.
Second one,
MashaAllah.
second one is she's actually 19. Third
Mm-hmm.
one is 14, and the last one is 12.
MashaAllah. So you must have wealth of experience.
Indeed,
Inshallah.
indeed, indeed. Yeah. Inshallah, I
Inshallah.
would like to
Inshallah.
share, and I would like to actually see how we can actually work and build up a good, family, society, and overall, is globally, we as a Muslim, we should be responsible for our decision. And then most people, like we think about the religion. If you
Mm-hmm.
allow me to say one thing about it, and I'll finish it off.
Yeah.
And then we think religion, then I don't care about anything, country law, etc. So I was
Mm-hmm.
reading, before I actually joined here, the
Mm-hmm.
country law is you can't actually discipline or beat your children up.
Yes.
But
Yes.
Islamically, the hadith, right? Actually, say
Mm-hmm.
how we understand and how we actually interpret that, how we can work in a Western
Mm-hmm.
world in line with our religious, belief without kind of breaching the rules that of the country of the land. So I just
Mm-hmm.
thinking, look, punishment is in Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, I think Bin Anas radiallahu anhu, over 10 years he was with Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam as a child. And
Mm.
Rasulullah never seen him beating or doing anything bad to him.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was very close. And then
Mm.
Rasulullah, I don't think he beat anybody in his life
Mm.
apart from his battlefield. And
Battlefield.
he's
Yeah.
a kind of mercy to the universe,
Mm.
right?
Mm.
And
Mm.
then I think most of us misunderstood is I'm allowed to actually hit my child, yeah, and I'm going to
Mm.
hit. Now hit
Mm.
it, and now you end up in prison, and it's going to be all legal issues, right?
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
do you actually strike a balance?
Mm.
So our religion teaches everything. You should not actually beat the child at all. If you are actually, talking because angry, say that if I'm actually angry, say that if I'm going to beat my son, say that
Mm.
he has done something wrong and he threw the water on me, then I'll get more angry, maybe.
Mm.
And I'm going to punish him out of anger rather than actually teaching him a lesson. So
Mm-hmm.
these type of things we really lacking in doing it. Sorry, I've
Yeah.
taken much of your time. Just
No,
wanted
no, that's
to.
fine. Yeah, this is true. In Europe, UK, where I'm from, and most of the Western, we can't, if you're hitting child, the social um, workers, they can come and they can take a child and stuff like this. And many parents, they do consider the law in view, but not the religion. So it is like this, unfortunately. But hi, this is where the balance comes, and we will learn together this, inshallah. Okay, so chapter one, anyone wants to read? Do you want to read, Sister Sadia? Shall or okay, I will read.
Mm,
Jere, you want to go? Read.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you can read.
So the chapter one, Islam and parenting. Many readers of this book will identify their source of authority as Islam. The goals of raising children in Islam generally fall under the concept of tarbiyah. Tarbiyah is an Arabic word that comes from the root rabab, RBB, rab, meaning to supervise and manage. From this root is the word Arab, which is Arab, which is a descriptor of Allah, the supreme executive of the universe. Also, from the same root is the word Rabba in relation to children.
Okay.
Let me just
Yeah.
absorb it. As the Arabic word that comes from the root words
Hmm.
Rab, meaning to supervise. From this is Ar-Rab, which is a descriptor of Allah, who is supervising the supreme executive of the universe. And also from the same root is the word Rabba in relation to Rabbi, in
Hmm.
relation to children, which means to take care of and to maintain. Like children have to, okay,
I
children
will
get to.
explain it. Don't worry.
Yeah,
Don't worry. Yeah.
tarbiyah of children, as explained by
Hmm.
the famous 13th century lexicographer of the Arabic language, Ibn Manzur, means to oversee, support, and supervise children until they pass childhood. And they provided the reference.
Hmm.
We are in our children's lives as Allah is for us in the universe. That's beautiful.
Hmm.
Caretakers, supporters, and certainly not the I don't know the English word.
Coercers. Coercers.
Oh,
No,
sorry.
no, that's
Oh,
fine.
sorry. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, we'll stop here. So this is very beautiful. In Arabic, the words they came from the root words. The word
Mm,
there are three letters which are the root of any word, and through these three letters, different words are formed. And I'm not sure if there is anyone who is expert of Arabic language, and if they can come forward, maybe. I know a little bit, but of course, if there is someone more, but this is how it is, Sister Faiza,
Yes,
Okay,
I have
yeah,
done
go on.
Arabic grammar a bit. So
Mm-hmm.
every Arabic word
Mm-hmm.
has a three, or some of them has four
Mm-hmm.
root letters, and
Mm-hmm.
through those root letters, there are maybe hundreds or more than
Yeah.
hundreds of words can be formed.
Mm.
And if you know the root letters of a word,
Mm.
it's easy to guess the meaning,
Meaning,
because all of
yes.
the words which are made from that root word, more or less, they are in meaning, they are kind of similar.
Mm.
So yeah.
Yeah. So, for example, Sister Fazil, can you give some example? Like they have given Ra Baba, three words, which is Rab, Rabbi, Tarbiya, everything is from there. Can you give another
Mm,
some example of any word which is like from three letters, some similar?
Uh, like
Maybe I can think
mm,
of, Rahamim, Rahma, and then Raham of a mother,
Rahami means
Rahman.
yes.
Hmm?
Yes, Rahman,
Hmm.
Rahim, Raham, all these words come from
Are from here.
Rahami.
Meme.
Yes, and
Yes.
all these, the root words basically means something related to mercy.
Mercy. Yeah.
Mercy. So all these,
Hmm.
Raham, actually the womb of the mother is
Hmm.
called Raham because it's again connected to mercy of a mom as well.
Hmm. Hmm.
Mm.
Yeah. Jazakallah khair. So this is how the Arabic language is. So Ra Baba, Rabab, if you can say this, Rab is from this word. Terbiya is from this word. Arab. So this is all words. So basically, this is with the nurturing. Rub, the word rub is the one who nurtures, who provides everything. And then you can see this this definition by Ibn Manzur of 13th century: to oversee, to support and supervise children until they pass childhood. So you are doing the nurturing or being a supervisor until they are adults. Once they are adults, they are capable, they are responsible, or I would say answerable of their own deeds. But until then, you are their caretaker. And this is very beautifully said. We are in our children's lives as allies for us in the universe. Caretakers, supporters, and certainly not coercers. So I was looking into the detail of this word coercer. It's like a person who forcefully and harshly guides you. I wouldn't say the word guide. The word guide is a positive word. It would be like, forcefully maybe redirecting you. So you can't do this, but you have to do this. And it's a force involved in this, and um, not the gentleness, not the supervision, or the word rub. The meaning of rub cannot be, um, I would say, comprehended in this way, because Rab is nurturing, loving, caring in all positive means. So this is how you will do the tarbiyah. The word tarbiyah will come from Ra Baba. So you are doing it in positive way. You are supporting them, you are supervising them, you are guiding them, directing them, but all with Rahma, and with mercy, with love. And you will do this until they are adults. So this is the essence of tarbiyah in Islam. Anyone wants to say anything more on this? And this is beautiful because we are in our children's lives as allies for us. And there has been researches and articles on it, how a child learns to love Allah or relate to Allah as they grown up, when they are adult, as they have their connection with their parents. Because a child does not know who is Allah, they haven't seen Allah. So if you are, for example, if this is a hadith, and if you're telling them Allah loves you 70 times more than your mom loves you,
Mm,
right?
mm,
A child does not know Allah. Child has seen mom.
mm,
And if a child has not received the mercy of mother and love of mother, how can a child relate
mm,
to like 70, what is 70 times more? A child has never seen mother, in this way. So a child view of Allah and their religion comes from how their parents are with them, how forgiving they are. And if a child is not being forgiven enough, they will not be able to forgive themselves and people around. So this is so much,
mm.
established research on these things. That our children view Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as they view us.
Yeah. Mm. It is beautiful, but it puts a lot of burden on us also. You know, we have a
Yeah.
very
Yeah. When someone says, I also used to think like this, but when I hear this now, I would say like, yes, it is not easy. It is not easy. Who has said this thing like parenting is easy? We have
Mm,
think,
mm,
we have never thought of it like a big job. We have always think it like, we are just doing something subconsciously, unconsciously, whatever. But being a conscious parent is very difficult. But it is, it is how the whole world will be. Your children will then grow up and they will take care of the world. And you see the world today and how it is today and how are the grown up adults and people of like my age, almost, I think 80% of our generations is going through some sort of, you know, depression, anxiety, whatever, and whatever is not happening with our young one because it is what with us we are giving them. A child is never born with anxiety. Have you ever seen a newborn with anxiety or even a 1 year old? Then how come a child 5, 6, 7, 8 years old are having anxiety these days? Who is giving them? It's their environment. It's us. And why we are like this? Because it is how we were raised or something. Parenting is definitely a difficult job. Allah has made us the Khalifa of the earth. We are caretaker. And it's not easy to be a caretaker of anything unless you take this responsibility. And it is more difficult because when you see it's like, you are trying to do it this way, but it's more like you are alone now. No one is really thinking it should be this way. But inshallah, things will get better because people will understand one day eventually.
Yeah, it's an irony how half of our lives we were being prepared for, marital life being girls, and the marital life did not include parenting at all. No one, no one consider it as a part of life or as
Even I
a
would say
wild
not
skill.
even, this marital knowledge because all you are concerned about your jewelry, makeup, your dresses, and not like how you will deal with your spouse, but how you will deal with your differences, the conflicts, because you are both from different families. And
Yeah.
I will have my own childhood traumas coming with me. He will have his own childhood trauma coming with him. We never
Mm,
sit down and talk about this, and we never feel like strong enough. We have never
mm,
been taught these things. All we know
mm.
is to getting married.
Yeah.
So yeah, so this is the thing basically.
Mm. Um,
Yeah, anyone wants to say anything? Shall we move forward? Okay, I'll read from here. When you
yeah.
look at how when you look at how different societies achieve the goal of tarbiyah, it immediately becomes apparent that there are many methods of parenting, some of which seem completely at odds with each other. However, the core of each method is a unique framework of value particular to that group. The values govern the group's worldview, including the parent child relationship. Simply put, what determines Tarbiyah philosophy are the values of a specific family or community. So yeah, that's very, very, clear why this why I want this as a parenting goal. For example, we all are here Muslims, right? And most of us has talked about our children becoming a good Muslim and being conscious of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So this is what our values are as Muslims. So whatever you do with yourself or with your children, whatever goals you have in your mind, it will be according to your values. Shall we move forward or anyone wants to say anything? Okay. Accordingly, for Muslims, the goals of tarbiyah are determined by Islam. Abdur Rahman O. Hijazi, the contemporary Lebanese philosopher and educator, states tarbiyah is a collection of behaviors and verbal exchanges that are either directly taken or extrapolated from the Quran and Sunnah, and whose aim is to achieve goals defined by Islam for the growth and happiness of Muslims in this dunya, worldly and akhirah afterlife. This poses the question, what are the goals that Islam defines for a satisfactory life? They are the core of faith, the purpose of creation. So, this is a very deep paragraph. Anyone wants to reflect on this? So, therapy is a collection of behaviors and verbal exchanges, right? So, whatever you are saying and also whatever you are doing with your children, and where these verbal exchanges or behaviors are derived from Quran and Sunnah. So,
Can I
whatever,
ask something, please?
yeah, yes, sure.
So, where it says in the middle of the paragraph, defined by Islam for the growth and happiness of Muslims in this dunya and akhirah, what does that mean? Like happiness in dunya and akhirah. What does it mean for a Muslim to be happy here and
Yeah.
like in the hereafter, inshallah, Jannah, like that's the goal. But here, what does it mean?
Yeah, I think happiness over here is more like a contentment. When you are content with anything, because you are, of course, we were told we should live in this world as like a traveler. We are just coming and we're just going. So do not attach ourselves too much with the worldly things. But in the same time, because we have been sent in the world, we cannot say like, we are unhappy or sad or crying all the time. We are living and fulfilling our relationships, hakukul ibad, as such an important part of our religion. We are doing everything like this, being happy. So we are deriving this behavior and verbal exchanges from Quran and Sunnah. And what is our goal? To be happy in this world and hereafter. Happiness in this world means, of course, contentment and being able to fulfill relations with joy, not like there is a hadith, something I cannot remember completely, but it is something like this, like living with a group of people and enduring the hardships from them is more beloved to Allah than living alone. And we all know this because when we are living in the relationships, we are getting hurt. When we feel like, it's better to be alone. But Allah likes like we are living with the people, enduring their pain and having sabr wherever needed. And it's better than being alone. So fulfilling all these things with the contentment, having the bigger purpose in life of hereafter. Hope this makes sense.
Yes, thank you.
Exactly. So these are the core of the faith, the purpose of creation. So again, it all comes to the essence why in the first place Prophet Adam was created. Why? And when angels asked, Allah said, I know what you don't know. So this was the purpose of the creation. Anyone wants to add anything? Okay, Allah the Almighty created mankind for the purpose of worshipping Him, the Lord of the universe. And I, Allah, created not the jinn and mankind except that they should worship me. He also ordained that humans' worship, distinct from the ritualistic worship of angels, is performed to their daily actions, designed through building, cultivating, and establishing civilizations on earth. Worship Allah, you have no other ilah but Him. He brought you from the earth and settled you therein. Again, very beautiful and deep. With the angels, like their whole purpose is to worship in obeying action. For example, we know there are angels who are in the sajda starting from the time universe is made, and they will remain in the sajda, and their whole job is to do sajda only. And then there are angels for different tasks, and they cannot have their own will to say no. But we and the jinn, two of us are made in another way, and our worship is not just ritualistic, not just observing the fast or doing the sadaqah or the salah, but in our daily matters. For example, sitting now here, doing this book club, being together, learning, and having this vision of raising our generation in a different way is ibadah itself. So if we are coming here and we are making this niyyah, then we are sitting here for 1 hour and having rewards. So this is also our worship. Anyone wants to add here, sisters? It will be good if you all, speak, because I'm not the only one then. It's nice to have conversations and learn from you guys, because mashallah, you all are very good. And we all can learn from each other in different ways. Anyone wants to read?
I can read.
Yeah. Sorry, who's there?
I think somebody else wanted to read as well. I can let them read.
Mm-hmm. Should Sister Farhana read, or anyone else wants to read it?
Farhana, you can read.
Okay, I will read.
Okay. Are we on for parents? Are we on this paragraph?
No, we are from as such.
As such, okay. As such, a Muslim's earthly endeavors are transformed into acts of worship as long as the intention is to seek Allah. Habits become acts of worship through intentions. Hence, parenting becomes a critical piece of life because the family home is where values and worldviews are transmitted. Muslim parents view tarbiyah as a vehicle for teaching their children Allah's purpose of creation. Tarbiyah becomes the cradle from which their children know, love, and connect with Allah.
Yeah, continue, please.
For parents seeking to raise children who are conscious of Allah, Abdullah Alwan, a 20th century Syrian scholar known for his seminal book Raising Children in Islam, proposed that tarbiyah includes the following domains of life: religious, teaching the tenets of Islam; moral, inoculating with Islamic character; healthy body, fostering a healthy lifestyle; intellectual, encouraging critical thinking skills; psychological, nurturing a healthy sense of self, others, and the world; social, engendering a sense of community; sexual, understanding and managing natural desires and urges.
Yeah, beautiful. Okay, so we'll stop here for a while. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7, I would say, like pillars or maybe parts of the tarbiyah the Abdullah Alwan has suggested. I think it encompasses the whole concept of tarbiyah, the various parts. It includes your body, your soul, your aql, everything. Um, Maybe as a task, as a homework, we will think more on these 7 pillars or parts, and maybe think from my family point of view, maybe in morals, what I would like for my child in healthy body. Of course, it would be more like a similar sort of thing we all want as a Muslim parents, but just think more precisely from your family point of view. Like I would say, like psychological. Like in my family, it is very very important for me to have a sound emotional and mental well-being, because I believe everything then starts from there. No matter how intelligent my child is, no matter I teach him the whole Quran or everything, if they are sound over here, then everything's on. And again, the emotional and mental well-being does not only in Islam encompasses akal, it's also from our root, the soul. So it is a combination, which is, inshallah, we will discuss further. Anyone wants to say anything over here before we move to the last paragraph? It's like a bit of a, maybe you need to read it again to understand something, but essentially it's telling the tarbiyah parts or components. Okay, I will read the last paragraph. We believe tarbiyah is relationship based. Hence, in this book, we focus on developing a parent child bond as the strongest foundation to transmit values. Since we respect that Muslim families will differ in the knowledge and practices they follow in their own homes in all domains stated above, we focus on the family connection rather than a specific way of being. We offer a framework for nurturing a strong Islamic identity while recognizing that the application of this structure will vary from one family to another. This is our invitation to you. Focus on your connection with your children. It is in your mundane daily interactions that your value will be imprinted in their hearts. So, all these things, whatever you want to teach here, or whatever your values are regarding these 7 points, how can you transmit these values to your children? It's not like in family, in homes, it's not like a classroom happening. It's like as the author has described, daily mundane tasks and interactions with your child, which are inculcating the values, transmitting those values to them through our verbal expressions and through our behaviors, through our eye contact, gestures, anything. So yes, again, we also read during the last session, the main part, the main pillar is your focus with your child, the relationship, how strong it is. The more easier it is for you to inculcate those values into them. If I want my child to learn something, but I do not have a strong relationship with him, I think he will not be learning, and it's a constant struggle. And this is why we say, as the children grow into the teens, why the companions and the friends outside become more important, because they feel like they understand them much more than their own parents. So you need to be the first one to have the strong relationship with them. So they listen to you before they listen to anyone else. They come to you before they come to anyone else. So anyone wants to add anything?
I think here I want to say that, for me, I struggle with consistency the most.
Mm.
I lack it, and I don't know how to improve on it. I want to do a lot of things. I start them, but then after some time, I don't know where it goes.
Mm.
So I believe that I am the mirror for my children.
Yeah, we are.
I am not doing it, I don't know how to expect from them then.
Mm.
That's the biggest struggle I face.
Mhm.
It's in every single thing, every aspect of my household. I feel like,
Mm.
this is, I don't know how to um, deal with this thing to keep the
Mhm.
consistency.
Mhm. Okay, that's very nice that there's a point you have picked or you have understood. So as I started, I stated in the beginning of we should have our notebooks and things with us. So such a father write it over there, like this is the
Mhm.
struggle you have. So throughout our, for example, 2 weeks when we're not here, and whenever we think this is the thing I struggle in with my parenting, just write it down on your notebooks because we will find many answers during the reading and during our discussion, inshallah. So we will come to this, and if this is a point, in you have written it down in your notebook, then you will not forget to discuss this later, inshallah, when we will,
Inshallah.
having in between we will be having our discussion sessions, our mentoring sessions, everything. So we will come to this how we can improve this. What is where I'm lacking or I'm struggling. So inshallah. So everyone, I will again, suggest to have a notebook and pencil, and we can write along. Maybe you can write in the book if you have. And so I will just have a look at the chat now because there are a couple of messages. Okay, some people want to go for prayer. Okay, that's fine. Share the PDF in the group. Okay, we have PDF shared. About the male members, we will have a poll in the group and we'll see how it goes. Okay, so maybe perhaps we can stop here and we'll start from positive discipline philosophy next time. Is this okay?
Inshallah. Yeah, inshallah.
Okay,
Yes,
I'll
thank
put a call in the group regarding, as some of you said, it should be weekly. So let's see what
Yeah.
majority wants. And for mothers only. So let's see how it goes. And then our task will be the 15 characteristic we had in the
Yeah.
beginning. We'll think on this, what characteristic I want to see as on in my adult child,
Mm.
who will not be child then, but we'll see our parenting goal if I can think of any. And then these 7 aspects of tarbiyah, how I want in my family these things to be passed on, these values. And then anything in between you want to ask or discuss, we can use the group. And as I said, we will remind each other of the thing like Allah is watching us, so be conscious in your parenting.
inshallah.
Anyone wants to say anything before we leave? Ask anything or
Jazakallah khair kaseera, sister, for this beautiful session. May Allah reward you.
Ameen,
This
Ameen.
is
May I reward you all for sparing the time and coming here, and we all are learning together, inshallah.
Inshallah.
Okay, then we will just finish it. I just wanted, if someone, there were duas in the beginning. As we finish, we can finish with these duas for our children and families. Uh, mm, 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 mm. Okay.
Mm.
So anyone who wants to just, read it loud, the Arabic?
Yeah.
Mm,
ربي هب لي من لدنك ذرية طيبة إنك سميع الدعاء رب
Ameen.
اجعلني مقيم الصلاة ومن ذريتي ربنا وتقبل دعاء ربنا اغفر لي ولوالدي وللمؤمنين يوم يقوم الحساب
Ameen.
آمين ربنا هب لنا من أزواجنا وذرياتنا قرة أعين وجعلنا للمتقين إماما
Ameen.
رب أوزعني أن أشكر نعمتك التي أنعمت علي وعلى والدي وأن أعمل صالحا ترضاه وأصلح لي في ذريتي إني تبت إليك وإني من المسلمين.
Ameen. Jazakallah khair, sisters. Inshallah. See you in the next session. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Alaikum
وعليكم
assalam.
السلام
Thanks.
ورحمة الله وبركاته. جزاك الله خير.